Today is Wednesday, the 17th of January 2023. Good morning to you. It's bright and early in Voice of the People 96.1 FM studio. Gessi is my name. Good
and of
morning,
course,
Simeon.
My name is Simeon Sunday. It seems like Gessi is still in 2023. Anyway, I left you, Jay.
I'm sorry.
I'm in 2024. Maybe there's something you left in 2023 that you need to go back and pick up. So,
oh my God.
You can go pick it up and catch me in 2024. I'm here. I'm enjoying 2024 already. So.
Apologies. Anyway, on a very, very light note, there was a story that I saw that really caught my attention. There was this issue of confusion hitting Unilag as they stole the academic, some hoodlums stole academic gowns. Now, the management of Unilag yesterday announced that unidentified hoodlums vandalized the school bus and during the attack, they stole gowns that were intended for the graduates for the 54th convocation ceremony that was scheduled to be held yesterday. It's really interesting. What are they going to do with it, Simeon?
I saw that particular, story, and trust my people on X. That particular platform is for, apologies for weirdos, because the comments you see on X, you get to ask yourself, are these people really Nigerians? They always get to humor themselves, with every story they see, despite how serious or trivial it is. But now to that story of convocation gowns being stolen. This is a case of when your village people are following you all the way from Ibadan, or they are following you from Uyo, or even from Ekiti State, or even from Bayelsa per se, or Edo State. They are following you, and they felt that you see this graduation, you will not have it. Imagine hoodlums, breaking, attacking a bus and stealing graduation gowns. And the students had to pay, the postgraduate students had to pay 50,000 naira to get that gown.
So what's the school going to do now? Refund them? Oh my, you'll give me back my money.
I think, at this point, the school will have to probably rent a gown, because I know Unilag actually they have this gown already, so probably so as to make up for it, maybe they will have to rent a gown, or you just dress the way you are anyhow. Just come
another day, another trouble right here in Nigeria. It's really crazy. But hey, we're heading straight to the headlines this morning. At 7:30 we'll be joined by El-Rufai, Oseni, and he'll help us shed a little bit of light to our headlines this morning. And if you want to join the conversation, you should join the conversation on YouTube. It is at Voice of the People Abuja, right? You can check us out on YouTube. Join live. We're streaming live. Voice of the People Abuja. You can check us out on YouTube. You can also call the call the phone lines, or join our WhatsApp platform. It is at 0700 010 961 961. 0700 010 961 961. Starting off,
let's kickstart with the headlines. Of course, this is the lead story on major newspapers this morning. The headline is there on the Punch, is there on the Vanguard, is there on the Nation, is there on Daily Trust, is there on Guardian, is even there on Daily Independence. But let's curl this particular headline from the Punch newspaper for today, and it's talking about the massive explosion that rocked Ibadan last night. And on the headline on the Punch, it says many feared dead, 15 hospitalized as massive explosion rocks Ibadan. Many feared dead, 15 hospitalized as massive explosion rocks Ibadan. No fewer than 10 persons were feared killed and 15 others hospitalized on Tuesday at the University College Hospital, Ibadan, Oyo State, following an explosion that rocked the Ibadan metropolis. And of course, the Punch reports that there was serious panic in the Asian city around 8 p.m. over the explosion, whose cause could not be confirmed as at Tuesday night. And among the affected areas were a section of the governor's office, a secretariat, or Oyo State House of Assembly, the residence of the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Chief Bola Ige, and some buildings at Ologuneru, and even the Akpete area, the new garage, the Bashorun, the Akobo, and the Songo, as well as Eleyele areas were really affected by this explosion. And one of the Punch correspondents who was at the scene of the explosion that occurred at Adeyi Avenue, Bodija Estate in Ibadan, your state capital, on Tuesday, reported that no fewer than 10 bodies were recovered from the site and taken away in ambulance. And of course, as of press time, rescue workers believed that some persons were still trapped under the rubble, and efforts were ongoing to rescue them. And of course, looking at that explosion, we saw the Deputy Governor Bayo of Oyo State at the scene of the explosion, and subsequently later we saw the governor of the state, Makinde, as well, visiting the scene of the explosion. And when being questioned by men of the press on the possible cause of this particular explosion, because for those who are on social media, we've heard several reports, even some high witness reports, some saying different things, some saying this, some saying that. But this was what Governor Makinde had to say about the explosion and the likely cause.
What are your words to the affected families?
Well, the affected families, I'll say the government is here. We will support them in the recovery. We need to give...
Your Excellency, sir, it is quite unfortunate. In all of this, what do you have to say, Your Excellency, sir?
Well, I mean, these are preliminary period, we've seen the devastation here, and from what we've gathered so far, the likelihood is that you have illegal miners trying with explosives around this place. We've always said to people that when you see something, say something, and then the authorities should be able to do something. This is quite unfortunate. At this stage is just to rescue anyone that is still under the rubble here, and also the people that have been taken to the hospital to give them care, and also some of the people who have their houses destroyed, provide temporary accommodation for them at hotels within the city. And then in the morning, we definitely will continue the investigation.
Okay. What are your words to the affected families?
Well, the affected families, I'll say the government is here. We will support them in the recovery effort. But most importantly, at this stage, whatever information we can get, we need it, and then we'll react appropriately.
Presidency, federal government now, and state government, right? There's an argument based on who controls what when it comes to mining in Nigeria.
But that being said, as much as the governor shouldn't take bulk of the blame, and if you listen to part of what the governor said longer before he wrapped up, he actually made a statement that was clear, and this time he was fingering the residents of that particular area, that if you know something of this nature is happening within your community, why didn't you raise an alarm? Why did it have to get to this point before we as the governor get to know? The truth is, the governor will not be everywhere. You don't have government representatives moving around different communities knowing what is happening. I could know that there are natural resources within a particular community, but sometimes you wouldn't know how extensive those resources run into certain communities, and people could actually use that. We've seen people illegally refining for even tapping pipeline that is passing underneath their house. How will the governor know, or the governor know this? So it's now the responsibility of individuals. Citizen policing is necessary. You see someone within your community doing something you think is illegal and shouldn't be done, it is your responsibility to put a call through to the government or write an official petition, maybe and then submit it to the police, or write through the police if you don't even know the proper channel to report any of this illegal activity happening in your community. We've seen the devastating effect of the explosion. A friend of mine even called me yesterday to tell me, "Almost Simeon, have you heard?" And when I saw videos, some of the videos he sent to me, some are really gory. It's something I can, it messed up my mind all through last night. This shouldn't have been if someone had raised an alarm earlier.
You begin to, this is one aspect of this conversation that a lot of people overlook, especially Nigerians, because we're looking at it from, the government should do everything it takes to ensure that Nigerians are safe. What about you and your greed? What about you and the fact that you want to also benefit? If not that they're finding you on daily 2K to give you hush money, why wouldn't you report this? Because why else would you allow people who have not even secured that place in the first place, like they don't have the right equipment, they don't have the right authority to even be there in the first place, yet you allow them and they're there performing different operations there, and now there's an explosion. Whose life is lost?
The governor just had to come with his convoy. In fact, when you see the governor and you see the video circulating online, you see the governor and his security details heavily armed. So it will not touch the governor. So it is the responsibility of the community and the citizens there to do this. Even though, the governor made mention that this is just preliminary findings. Of course, the government will definitely do more investigation to find out if it has gone beyond just the activity of illegal miners, or if it's a case of bomb blast or something. But the preliminary finding, according to the governor, is the activity of illegal miners. But let's wait for the robust finding and investigation that will be done by the state government.
Simeon, the reason why I had touchlighted the governor in the first place is because Nigeria loses a lot of money to illegal mining. As of 2023, the report was that $9 billion is lost yearly to illegal mining. Look at that amount of revenue, that chunk, that heavy alarm. If it enters your account, Simeon, is an alarm, right? That amount of money that we're losing every